Now we're going away from COVID-19 to bring you some more on education and entrepreneurship. The Royal Commonwealth Society, with partnership from the Multimedia Group, presents the Commonwealth Home Individual Management Education Program, CHIME, and that is a program providing business education courses to those in lockdown, isolation, and also during the COVID-19 pandemic. Courses are designed to help people emerge from home isolation better, equipped to assist their companies and the economies. Now, joining me in the studio is the chairperson of the NCCE, Madam Josephine Nkrumah, and we're also joined by John Appiah, who heads the Commonwealth Africa office. Madam, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for
John,
having
if you
me.
can hear me, thank you for joining us here on Newsdays. Well, we don't have John yet, but let me start with you, Madam Nkrumah. CHIME sounds like something entrepreneurial, something of enterprise. I'm wondering why the NCC is interested in this.
Well, we're very interested.
When we know that civic education is really your heartbeat.
Civic education is our heartbeat, and this actually falls within the domain. And somebody will ask how, and I'll say simply, you know, civic education is about a thriving democracy. And we know that thriving democracies are hinged on people who are self-sustaining, who are engaged, who understand the issues of governance, people who understand the value of their vote. In addition to that, part of civic education is about empowerment. Empowerment so that you don't become a burden to the government, but rather you add value to government or to governance or to the community in which you reside. And
that's a very interesting point to raise there, because a lot of the times, and the political season is here, yesterday we heard from Sheikh Aramaya, who mentioned that it is time, and they know that people are targeting the Zongos. They're going to use a lot of their youth who are idle. And so it is important that we empower these people to be able to do something, and then we can have less of these violence as an enterprise in itself.
Very true. So for instance, we know this particular program is targeted at young entrepreneurs. And so when you have young people, especially in these times, who don't have a lot to do, businesses have shut down, people are unemployed, this is the time for us to take advantage of courses like this that ensure that people come out stronger with a certain skill set that adds value to themselves and even adds value to entrepreneurship in terms of their own enterprises that they may want to engage in. So when you come out understanding that you're stronger, you have these things, then you know that, for instance, that where government has these stimulus packages for many, industries, of course, we know that it's also not a bottomless pot of cash, and everybody at some point knows there is a cutoff. So when people come out knowing that they are not necessarily going to be dependent on such stimulus packages, but having acquired certain skills, they can embark on their own ventures, then you know that you have a citizenry that is becoming more self-sustaining. And in relation to unemployment, of course, this is another way of tackling the issue of unemployment. And so NCC is interested in this, not only because we know what kind of value it adds to democratic governance, but also because even for our staff, for one of the courses, which is on career development, these are some of the subject. If you look at the modules, they're very much like what we also do in NCC for our staff.
And we'll come to the modules shortly, because I see something very interesting there I want us to touch on. But John joins us via Zoom. John, thank you very much for joining us here on Newsdesk. Madam Nkrumah has already gone ahead to tell us about this program, and sounds very exciting. But what is the unique selling proposition for this, and what do students especially gain from CHIME?
Thank you for having me on, but I think Josephine Nkrumah, who's very dynamic with the NCCE, has said it all. I think the unique selling point is the fact that at a time like this, and I've been watching the news since morning, there's a lot of deaths going around, there's a lot of problems from a health perspective, but we realize that COVID is a problem that is multifaceted. So that means that the approach also has to be multifaceted. So whilst we're fighting COVID from the health perspective, it's also important that we fight COVID from the economic perspective. And that means upskilling. that means getting new qualifications, new skills, you know, and these courses are accredited. They are accredited, they come with certificates. There are 36 modules in all, of which there's 14 certificates available. And they are accredited, they will look great on your CV. Apart from that, they do add a lot of knowledge to the students. And it's great to be able to use that to actually push economic growth post-COVID.
And that sounds very interesting, especially seeing how economies over the world are being challenged because of COVID-19. I want us to run through the modules quickly. John, I wonder if you can start off with us with some of the modules, then I can come to Madam Nkrumah. Run us through, you said 36 of them. If you can just take us through a few, especially those that are readily available.
Hey, I feel like you're testing me on a WAEC exam at the moment, but I'll try my best. So project management is one, operational management, business finance, business administration, business management, customer service, communication techniques, and those are 36 modules, like I said. With some of them, you have to complete probably about 8 to 9 modules to get a certificate.
Okay.
But there's a very interesting part, which is the career development modules. There's 11 of them, and each of those ones actually gives you a certificate. So I know I'm definitely taking some. But like I said before, you know, in economics, you have endogenous growth theory, which has to do with the fact that economic growth is actually based on the population actually being knowledgeable and having the skill set and qualifications to drive economic growth. And that is our unique selling point, and that is our primary objective. So for more information, people can go to the website. We have a specific website for this, which is www.chimeghana.org. Okay. So that's Chime, C-H-I-M-E, Ghana, G-H-A-N.org. If they want additional information, they can call the numbers 059-460-4444. So this number is reachable on WhatsApp or by phone. That's 059-460-4444. Or check us out on the website. And it's absolutely amazing. And we are happy to have Joy on board. We're happy to have.
And we're excited,
NCCE
John, to partner you in this initiative. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Thank you very much, John, for joining us here on Newsday. Let me wrap up quickly with Madam Nkrumah in just a minute. I know you're excited about this, but what should we watch out for as we wrap up on this conversation?
In terms of Chime or in terms of other?
Well, in terms of Chime.
Well, in terms of Chime, I'm hoping that the youth will take full advantage of this. It comes at, you know, it's almost, one can say, cheap, 185 cedis to undertake any of these courses. And I know that there's nowhere in Ghana, at least, where you would have that kind of money for the kind of value this brings. So I'll encourage the young entrepreneurs to take full advantage of it. For NCCE, the career development module is akin to what we have done in the past, and so we are happy to take full advantage of this in times of this virtual learning, particularly a few of it, influencing people, negotiation skills, presentation skills.
And all of those are important as far as the broader civic education is concerned.
And it gives them accredited certification.
And we'd love to go on with you, but